Can you hear me now? Yes, you can. Let's get everybody on because it's Monday. Hope you guys are doing good. We are going to get into some pressing things because I feel like there's a situation that's going on in the United States where maybe you didn't have a reaction to the election. Many people did. Uh, Maybe your reaction, if you did have one, was not necessarily a situation where you were like, okay, well, I'm looking to leave. But maybe that's changed. I think after the election, so many people saw so many things change very fast. They change very fast in a way where, depending on what side you're on, you might have been told this doesn't move that fast. It takes a while to turn a big ship. That is what I heard so many times before. Yet, I am now, and you guys as well, in this scenario where so many of you guys are seeing things run a lot faster than you've ever seen the government run before. Things are happening a lot quicker than they used to. The big ship is moving extremely fast. They putting that thing in reverse, parallel parking it. Just push a button. It's almost like everything I was told may not be as accurate as it used to be. So a lot of people that may not have been looking to move abroad are 100% situations where they are now looking at, is this something I can do? Does it make sense? Is it an opportunity for me to have a better life? Because I think that at the end of the day, um, most people are looking to have a quality of life that feels like you're doing something. And that doesn't mean acquiring things, that doesn't mean having a bunch of money. It might just mean being who you are. I always ask this because so many people in the last number of years have not been able to do their hobby. You might not even have a hobby, but hopefully you do. But when's the last time you got to be able to do the things that you wanted to do? And not something that has some dollar amount behind it. Give you the opportunity to give you a chance to be you. Fire everyone started with. Yeah, definitely. Somebody said, my boy Jerome said that they are firing people and having smaller numbers and starting with government jobs. And believe it or not, guys, it's already in the corporate world. Some corporate jobs are starting to dwindle down, and things are going to get interesting. So whether it's where you are today or where you are in the next couple of months or maybe even a year from now, it may get a faster timeline than what you have in your head, but I'm certain that some of the reasons why I say, why I left, this is one of the biggest things, because some of you may feel like, am I going a little crazy? Am I tripping thinking that I should go leave the United States? Everything that we are taught in the United States says stay here. It's the best place in the world. But, it gets into the first reason why I left is because the American rat race, you guys don't understand what it is because it doesn't get posed to you in a way where it makes sense. Not nobody's preaching to you, but shout out to Reverend Waller. One of the best things I love to hear him say was, we're gonna make it plain for you, make it easy for you, so anybody can understand what it is that we're saying. Because America gives you a bunch of jargon and things. I'm looking on CNN, and it said that Donald Trump shides President Zelensky, and I said, hold on, player. 52% of Americans can't read past the sixth grade reading level, and Chides is not in Goosebumps. I don't remember that in The Giver. So you look at these things, and I'm looking at what's going on TV and everything else, and it's just like they're not even talking to you in a way where you can understand. I don't know if that's designed for confusion or what. But here, we break down the American rat race so you can understand that you will get a raise if you get a raise. But when you get a raise, they haven't fairly compensated you from the last time you got a raise and the amount of money that it cost since the last time they gave you that raise. If I'm lying, I'm flying, and I don't have no wings. I don't even drink Red Bull. So like when I tell y'all gonna have to realize like the rat race makes you always think you're in the game. You're always getting an inching closer to the American dream. You know, what is it? A house with a driveway, a white picket fence, two kids, a wife or a husband, and a dog. You know, that's the American dream. That's what it is that they told us, right? Now, the American dream has shifted so much. Never mind nobody necessarily wanting. Um, you might not want. You might be a man and not want a wife. You might be a woman and not want a husband. You might not be able to afford a house. No, I got a good job, but I still can't afford a house. So us chasing this American dream and being a part of the American rat race leaves us in a scenario almost where we're like running in circles. We're running in a situation of circles where we think that we're going to buy enough stuff and things to get out of it or make ourselves feel good enough to escape the American rat race. And the only thing that's going to look up is you being older than you were yesterday. You got to realize, I tell y'all, let's back up because I know some people may not know me. My name is RJ. I live out here in Medellin, Colombia. I'm originally from Philadelphia. I get on here to tell y'all what most people will not about moving abroad. I try to have synergy with you guys. I tell you what it is the reasons that I left 2 years ago, before even all of this stuff happened. But you may be looking to leave for a whole nother reason. However, I guarantee you, once you go sit down and write it down, you're going to see that these 5 reasons that I touched base with you tonight on, you're going to go through those exact same things and some whole other things that I don't know. But you're going to see how much reasons why you have not to trust that America is the best place for you just because you woke up there. Y'all got to understand that rat race is not designed for you to win. It's designed for you to play. You guys been to Dave and Buster's, wherever it is that you go where you win tickets. That is almost the most realistic version of your life. You got to go hoping to win prizes and they give you these tickets, but you got to get so many tickets to win the prizes that's actually worth the value. And you look up, you'd have been at Dave and Buster's 2-3 hours trying to play one game. If I'm lying, I'm flying and I ain't got no wings. And you look up and you don't have 60 years, 65 years. Look how many people that y'all may know that is 65, 70 years old and ain't done anything that is giving them substance. Yeah, life was cool, but it was. Not even knowing what life could be. I'll be 38 this year. I remember when I was 8. I remember when I was 4. To be to 38 years old, that means I'm almost 40. I remember being in high school thinking about what almost 40 looked like. And to be there now is absolutely outrageous. Y'all don't have time to play with y'all time. So y'all got to do what y'all got to do. But escaping the American rat race was one of the biggest things. Yeah, no worries for sharing the experience. One of the biggest things. I said, this is not going to be my life. This is not going to be how I spend the next 30, 40, 50 years. And that's a question mark. In the last 3-4 months, I done lost so many Morehouse brothers at the same age as me. We're not guaranteed none of this stuff. Yeah, we're chasing this dream as if it's on the other side of a door that is a distance that we actually don't know how far it is. We have to reset and say, am I willing to chase? Am I willing to do this consistently in a way where it makes sense for my life? Because so many of you guys don't realize that your life is only your life. That's all you got. We're not guaranteed. There's no guarantee on the other side of this. So we have to take a look at that and realize what we may be going through, and understand that the American rat race was the first thing I thought about leaving, because I was like, I get more money. They just add it to the grocery bill, add it to the gas bill, add it to rent, add it to utilities. They add it to whatever it is. So I'm getting more money on paper. Most of us make more money than our parents did at the age that we are now. Yet we don't live the way that they did. Now, some of you, might say, this broke guy, this might know what I'm talking about. No, 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 no. I talk to everybody. I don't talk to isolated few. If I only talk to the people that I was talking to, I was saying, you ready to give up that binge? You ready to give up this? You ready to give up that? No, but I'm realizing so many people don't have a bunch of this stuff and things. And then we're already trading so much stuff and things as far as time for more stuff and things. And the rat race says, no, keep on getting it. But you don't get nowhere. So the first thing I said, let me get the hell out of here. There's no way. There's no way that I need to be in a place where everything is focused on how many things I have. Yet I have nothing. I have nothing of substance. And we get into that later in the week. We talk about what those things, all that stuff you have, how much it doesn't mean. However, the next thing I thought about was something that no one on any side of the political landscape can escape in America. Do you know why I know that? Because even crazy ass RFK Jr. that they wrote out there, he said something that was like, you got to be a human to agree with this. So he knew what he was saying. He said, McDonald's French fries in America got 15 ingredients in it. French fries anywhere else in the world got 3 ingredients in it. I think it's like maybe 2. Potatoes and salt. They got hydrochloric, like they got a bunch of words in the ingredients. Like the American food was a huge thing for me to leave. We're seeing so many people with cancers and different things where their lives are shortened. It's becoming a normal. Never mind me being a black person, prostate cancer, black women having breast cancer. These were all things that I had to think about. Like, I can't keep feeding myself because I need to eat. And then I'm paying a premium. I am paying a premium for terrible quality food. The FDA said, hey, guys, we can give you lab-grown meat. That means that, okay, well, I'm not going to go buy any lab-grown meat, right? Cool. But you go to groceries, you go to what do you call that, a restaurant. I'm sure it would say it on the package in your Publix or your Acme or whatever your grocery store is in your neighborhood. But when you go to a restaurant, you don't know what they buying, and they looking to increase profit. If they can buy some grown meats from a test tube and give it to you and it tastes just like steak, then what? Y'all price of eggs right now in the United States is through the roof because of issues with the supply chain. You're gonna pay $8 to $10 for eggs, and that's you make $8 to $10 an hour. Can't even make yourself a little hard-boiled egg on your way out the door. I'm just saying, like, what y'all gonna do? Because these are the reasons I left 2 years ago. Yeah, this stuff is hot. These are reasons why you would leave today. These are reasons why you would leave today, because it's something that you can't unplug yourself from unless you literally leave. You can't unplug yourself from American rat race in the United States. You just can't until you leave. You can't escape the food quality in America and paying a lot of money for food until you leave. That's the facts. And it leads me to number 3, because you guys say, okay, cool, like maybe you don't like to eat. I've heard people say, I don't like food that much. Yeah, I've heard people say I don't like food. However, if some people say, I got plenty of money, I'm not worried about that. All right. One thing also that you can't escape, no matter if you got plenty of money, you don't like food that much, so you barely eat. All right. I think anybody in America would like to go to a grocery store to get the food that you barely eat, a baseball game, a movie theater, outside to a street fair, um, to your church, and not worry about a mass incident just popping off as if that is a part of what is supposed to happen. So you guys get so caught up in what America told y'all that, like, hey, America said we the best country. All them other ones, nah, that ain't it. I know. We can't read that well. I know. In places that are considered third world countries that have 90% plus of their citizens reading. I know. But like this is it. They didn't convince y'all already to send y'all children to schools. They didn't send y'all to just convince y'all to send y'all children to schools and have them go through mass incident drills because they convince y'all the best place in the world is where you at. You're going to indoctrinate and give your kids PTSD of either one, having to live through one of them, or two, growing up as if that's as normal as a fire drill. When people said I was crazy for leaving, they said, is it family friendly? I said, is America family friendly? These are things that I left where it is. I escaped the American rat race. I no longer worry about the food quality. I no longer worry about being a part of a mass incident just because I was outside. So many of y'all are worried about me and people that are moving abroad and saying they don't know what they're doing or where they're going. And some of y'all don't. They may be right. However, these conversations between people that some of y'all, I know y'all, some of y'all, I don't know y'all, but I get to know y'all through, reaching out. So I've met people from here, platform, directly in front of my face. I say that all is because y'all don't realize what America sold you as normal life. It's not normal life until you get out of that snow globe that you in. It looks so pretty. It does. And even people from the outside say, it looks so pretty. But if you had to go live and with the understanding of what so many people that have left America know now about America, you wouldn't be okay. My boy says this all the time, man. I would have been fine without you telling me all this stuff that you know. And not like you don't want me to tell him, but it's just like imagine being awoken up and wakened in a situation and he like, I can't leave right now. But I know I need to. I know it's gonna be one of the better things. And if I can take all of the family, I would do that. That's how so many people are right now, right today. So I say these things to you because, hey guys, no matter what America told you, being in a mass incident issue in high probability is not normal. It's not. It's not a thing. It happens. But it happens every day in Philadelphia. It happens every day in the United States. 3, 4 people shot at one time. No wings. I ain't lying to y'all. Now, the first 3 things, those are things that I think anybody watching something like this can see. Anybody watching something like this can understand that those are probably some things that you may be considering. However, these last two is for me. Now you might still be on the same wavelength. That's cool. I like that. I don't think I'm going off the rails with the last 2, but they may be a different top 5 for you. Now, my number 2 reason why I wanted to leave is because I knew that travel out of the United States costs less. Excuse me. I knew that I could see the world more by living out of the United States. One, because I wasn't going to be paying an arm and a leg, $8, 9, $10,000 a month just to have bare necessities. And some of you guys aren't even at that. But let's just consider it. Let's just say you pay 70 to 80% of what you make every month. You gonna live a 20% lifestyle, not even like a extravagant lifestyle. Basic things: apartment, food, clothes, gas, insurance, basic things. The price of the groceries are $100 a bag. These things cost way more than they used to. Yet they're not raising the rates. Donald Trump on TV telling y'all that Mexico, Canada, and China. China already had 10% import tax. They going to 20%. Mexico and Canada, 10%. And y'all don't know what's under the hood. Y'all be safe because y'all going. That's why I keep having these conversations because I don't know who I'm gonna see for the first time or who gonna see this for the first time. But I do tell you this: somebody gonna see this 3 months from now, and I'm gonna have the same conversation, and somebody gonna say, I think I'm ready now because I can't afford my mortgage no more. I can't even afford groceries. I already work from home, but the hurdle was I can't leave the States. The States will give you every time, every person that asks that moved out of the United States, I ask them, how bad did America turn up on you before you left? You'd be surprised how many things, situations, people, when you go about to level up, you you will literally start to lose people. People will start coming at you because you are about to molt almost. I always tell people it's like a beautiful butterfly. You gonna go from a whole person that is on the ground to a whole person that got a whole different view of the world, whole different view of life, and gonna see this stuff at a clip that most people can't see. I don't know how high a caterpillar can look his head up and see, and from there how far he can actually see. But I guarantee you, a view of from a caterpillar's view is a whole different view than the view from a daggone butterfly's view. But United States breeds a bunch of caterpillars. It breeds you just to put your head down and keep going. But with the money that I had to not have to spend on just groceries and stuff, I was able to travel more. Never mind travel costing less. Philadelphia, Miami might cost anywhere from $250 to $400. That's in the country. I can get in the country of Colombia 17, 25, $30 one way, $60 round trip. I can see all of Colombia. And then when I go to other places, Costa Rica, 250 round trip. Panama, 150 round trip. I'm not going to spend my life in the United States seeing those 50 states that they done stole from some people. I need to go see the rest of the world. Never mind, I can go to Bogota and be directly connected to Spain, and they get me right to Europe. I think that's $450. I'm not about to sit my life for the next 30 to 40 years of a question mark of, do I have this, and not see all of this stuff. So I wanted to go see it. Now, the number one thing is because I kind of alluded to it, but the number one reason I left the United States is because I was ready to see life as if I didn't grow up just in the United States. I wanted to learn a new language. I wanted to learn a new culture. I wanted to learn what people were doing with their friends, with their family. I wanted to understand and explore local customs, not only in the place that I was living at, but maybe travel to other places and go live there. See what that's like. That was so important to me because I wasn't coming from a place where anybody that looked like me gave me an opportunity to see these things. My grandma, when she was younger, she used to go to Switzerland and Europe, and she would bring me chocolates back. And I said, I've never tasted chocolate like this. We lived in Philadelphia. Hershey is 40 minutes an hour away. And I said, I need to be able to taste and feel and touch something that's different than what it is that I grew up in. Now, I'm not saying my life was bad or your life is bad, but I knew I needed more. And I knew I needed to be challenged. I knew that there was a possibility that I always told people, I grew up with a bunch of brothers and sisters, but I often felt like an only child because I was often like on my own path. I would go walk and just go walk for hours and see the neighborhood, the city. And that led me to a life abroad and something that was burning inside of me that said, yo, you need to go quench that. You need to go see what that's about. And so many of y'all is right there right now. Y'all in a position where y'all like, everybody gonna look at me crazy if I leave, but it's like, so I would look at you crazy if you stayed. You know why? Because those same people that is looking at you and doubting you and making you feel like maybe I shouldn't go, those same people, they never did nothing with their life most of the time because they were scared to do anything. And two, when you get to your age and you can't do the things that you can do now, them people won't even be around and you would have cut your life off for people that is no longer in your life just to what? Save face with them? I'm not saving face with nobody. I have no idea what this life has to offer for me, but it's not going to be clipped by anyone. And that's how so many of you guys need to start operating. So maybe my 5 reasons tonight, maybe those are the exact same reasons you're looking to leave. Maybe it's not. But find out. Find out your 5 reasons. Because tomorrow, I'll come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow and I'll talk about this in mental health. Because so many of the reasons why you guys don't know what your reasons are, don't know if it's going to be okay if you go leave, is because your mental health ain't right. But I know why. Because of half of these 5 reasons. How much things cost. You one paycheck away from being homeless. Every time you go outside, you gotta think, is the police gonna take me or is some crazy person gonna take me? We're gonna get into that tomorrow because Tuesdays we don't only talk about some reasons why you might leave, some how to actually go leave, the 6 steps you need. We get into some nitty-gritty stuff that most people won't tell you about moving abroad. Most people ain't honest enough with themselves, let alone to be open and honest with you about what nobody is gonna tell you. Nobody gonna tell you what you're gonna see on this platform. Nobody is gonna tell you that you're gonna go through something when you leave and you're going to look at yourself differently. And when you get us abroad, what that's going to feel like, because you don't get no American privilege in the United States. You only get it when you leave. So all of that American privilege things that you really only get a full grasp of it when you leave. You still got it where you at, but you don't get to cash in on it. But you need to know how to act when you get to cash in on it. So make certain y'all doing what y'all got to do to come and think about this process in a way where it makes sense. It is not some rush process because you just so fed up with the United States. Know why you're leaving. I know why I left. I shared that with y'all tonight. I'll be back tomorrow about 6:30, 7 o'clock. Y'all just make sure y'all tune in. Put on your notifications wherever it is that you are. If you are having to watch this on YouTube, great for you. You're in the right place. If you are not on YouTube, go to YouTube, Black Expat Life in Colombia. That is where we have all of these conversations. This one and all of the other ones that we've already had, not only by myself, with our parents, with kids, with all of our experts. We've got our relocation tours coming up next week. Anybody that's going to be in Medellin, Colombia, make sure that you are tuned into this page. We have access to you for our relocation tours, our expert seminar, our guided neighborhood tours. We got a bunch of things going on that weekend that's going to connect you to the Medellin community that you are looking to be a part of. I appreciate you guys as always. My name is RJ. I will take it easy and y'all do the same. I heard it's been warm, so I ain't going to say y'all stay warm. Y'all just stay easy and y'all be safe. I'll see y'all soon.